Park Ranger Seth here again, and today we're going to be talking to you guys about birds. And we work with the Marion County Audubon Society, which all the pictures you're about to see have come from them, and they're really helpful to us as they do organized bird counts out there. So they count the species that they see, and they're very knowledgeable about what kind of birds we have in our parks. So to start right off, this is our American heritage bird. This is the bald eagle. They have a wingspan of 7 feet. They weigh between 7 and 15 pounds and have an overall size of anywhere between 28 to 38 inches. The bald eagle is one of the largest raptors in the world, and they can reach speeds of up to 100 miles an hour when diving. They're famous for using thermal convection currents, and they can climb to up to 10,000 feet in the air. They use these thermal convection currents to soar for hours, and when cruising, they can fly at about 40 miles an hour. They use these really long talons to catch their prey, so they are raptors, so they are going to feed on mammals, fish, anything that they can catch. Their claws are razor sharp, and they're going to use them to dig into anything that they have their eyes on. Woodpecker's tongue is up to 4 inches long, and depending on the species, it wraps around the skull when it's retracted. Many woodpeckers' tongues are barbed, and it helps the birds to extract bugs from trees and holes. Between feeding, excavating nest cavities, and drumming, woodpeckers can peck up to 20 times per second, or a total of between 8 to 12,000 pecks per day. My head would hurt if I pecked that long. Woodpeckers don't get headaches from pecking. They have reinforced skulls structured to spread the impact force, and their brains are highly cushioned and protected for repeated impacts. And these guys can live anywhere between 4 to 12 years out in the wild. Great egret. A lot of our parks that have water, including Tuscaloosa, Tom's, Ritterhoff, and Nature, it's very common to see these guys. It's a wading bird that belongs to the heron family, and the great egret has a wingspan of 55 inches. It produces 2 wing beats per second and has a speed of about 25 miles per hour. In flight, their neck is S-shaped, and the great egret can survive 15 years in the wild and about 22 years in captivity. This picture here is of a juvenile red-shouldered hawk that we saw in Tuscaloosa, and hawks have excellent eyesight. They can see 8 times better than humans. It's primarily used for hunting, and hawks can locate prey from a distance of about 100 feet. Hawks are able to see different colors, and they're monogamous animals, so they have one couple that'll mate for a lifetime, and if one dies, the other will find the mating partner. Their average lifespan is between 13 and 20 years in the wild, and again, these guys are raptors, so they have the extremely sharp talons on their feet. Turkey vultures, or buzzards as people like to commonly refer to these guys as, are really neat animals. They have an acute sense of smell. They have a really strong sense of smell. And vultures poop on their legs to kill bacteria from the keratin that they eat. In the wild, they can live for approximately 16 years, and their method of self-defense is to vomit their food, which they can send sailing up to 10 feet. So these guys not only eat gross things, but they do gross things, and so they're a really cool animal. Great blue herring. We have many different varieties of herrings in our park, but the most common is the great blue. They stand pretty tall. They're famous for that blue gray feather coat that they have and that really long beak. There's over 64 different species of herons that differ in size, color, and type of habitat that they live in. The average lifespan is around 15 years in the wild and up to 25 years in captivity. Herons are excellent flyers, and they can reach a speed of 30 miles an hour. during flight, their neck is also S-shaped and their legs will dangle behind their body, so they look extremely awkward when flying.